Hello, welcome to our Are you sad? Are you hurt? Are you lost? Are you lonely? Worry no more. You are at the right channel. Welcome to Excuses!
Hello mga ka-ex! Welcome back! Now for this lesson, we are going to solve the roots of quadratic equation using factoring if our a is equal to 1. So we have a pattern here. Our first pattern is if it is positive on our b and our c is also a positive value, so the pattern is x plus and x plus. Our second pattern is if our b is negative and our c is positive, so the pattern is x minus and x minus. To our third pattern, our b is either positive or negative, but our c is negative, so the pattern is x plus and x minus, or it can be interchange x minus or x plus. Now as you can see on the pattern, if our c is positive, then the pattern are in the same sign. But if our c is negative, the pattern is on different sign. Let us have our first example. Given x squared minus 7x plus 10 is equal to 0, we are going to solve for the roots of this equation using factoring. Now let us check our pattern. Our b is negative and our c is positive. Therefore, we are going to use the second pattern, and the pattern is x minus and x minus. Now we are going to think of two numbers that if we are going to multiply, the product is 10. And if we are going to add, the result is negative 7. So the two numbers are negative 5 and negative 2. Because negative 5 and negative 2, if we are going to multiply, the result is 10. And if we are going to add, the result is negative 7. So using zero product property, if we say zero product property, we are going to equate these two factors to 0. Now remember, to solve for the value of x, we need to place negative 5 on the other side. And to do that, we are going to make negative 5 on this side be equal to 0. And to do that, we are going to add both sides by positive 5. So negative 5 plus positive 5, that is 0. So the remaining term is x. And 0 plus 5, that is 5. So on this side, we have x minus 2 is equal to 0. And the same thing that we have done on this equation, we are going to make negative 2 on this side be equal to 0. To do that, we are going to add both sides by positive 2. So negative 2 plus 2, that is 0. So x minus 0, that is x. And 0 plus 2, that is 2. So our roots are positive 5 and positive 2. Now, let us have our second example. Given x squared plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Now, looking for the pattern again, our b is positive and our C is positive also. So our pattern is positive and positive. So we're going to have x plus and x plus. The same thing, we need to identify the factor of 6, that if we're going to multiply, the result is 6, and if we're going to add, the result is positive 5. And the numbers are positive 3 and positive 2. And using the zero product again, we have x plus 3 is equal to 0, and x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now we need to equate the value of x. And to do that, we need to make positive 3 to be 0. So we're going to add both sides by negative 3. So positive 3 minus 3, that is 0. So x plus 0, that is x. And 0 minus 3, that is negative 3. On the other side, we have x plus 2 is equal to 0. And the same thing, we need to make positive 2 on the left side be equal to 0. And to do that, we are going to subtract both sides by negative 2. So positive 2 minus 2, that is 0. And x plus 0, that is x, is equal to 0 minus 2, that is negative 2. So our roots are negative 3 and negative 2. For our third example, we are given x squared minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Now let us look again to our pattern. Our b is negative and our c is also negative. So therefore, we are going to use the third pattern. And the pattern is x plus and x minus, or we could use x minus and x plus. Either of two are just the same. So we need to think of two numbers that if we are going to multiply, the result is negative 6. And if we are going to add, the result is negative 1. So the numbers are negative 3 and positive 2. To check, negative 3 times 2, that is negative 6. Negative 3 plus 2, that is negative 1. So using zero product property, we can equate x minus 3 is equal to 0 and x plus 2 is equal to 0. To solve for the x, we need to make negative 3 be equal to 0, and to do that, we are going to add both sides by positive 3. So negative 3 plus 3, that is 0. And x minus 0, that is x. So 0 plus 3, that is 3. Now on the other side, we have x plus 2 is equal to 0. And to solve for the value of x, we need to add both sides by negative 2 to make positive 2 on this side be equal to 0. So x plus 0, that is x. So 0 minus 2, that is negative 2. So our roots are positive 3 and negative 2.
If you find the lesson confusing, feel free to hit the replay button. Replay! 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 Replay!